Well, I'm Jaginder Rana. The topic of the day is professional indemnity insurance in India. Professional indemnity insurance in India. The professional indemnity insurance is becoming increasingly crucial for doctors in India as medical malpractice suits rise. This insurance serves as a safety net protecting medical professionals from the financial burden of legal claims. It provides coverage not only for the legal defense but also for any settlement or judgments. Key strategy within these policies is the inclusion of retroactive coverage, which ensures that claims related to incidents that occurred before the policy was purchased are also covered. Additionally, policies are often customized to include coverage for a specific risk associated with different specialties, ensuring that doctors are protected against the most relevant threats in their practice. Now, professional indemnity insurance is designed to cover the extensive costs associated with legal defense, which can be particularly high in high-profile cases. So these policies typically cover legal fees, court cost, and any awarded damages, reducing the financial burden on doctors. For instance, in a recent case involving a prominent surgeon accused of malpractices, the professional indemnity insurance covered over 90% of the legal expenses, including attorneys' fees and settlement costs amounting to several crores. This allowed the doctor to continue practicing without the financial stress that such a lawsuit could have otherwise caused. So, as compensation claims increases, professional indemnity insurance ensures doctors are shielded from the financial impact of substantial payouts. Policies often include high coverage limits, ensuring that even large claims can be fully covered. It's observed that a trend towards higher claims related to surgical errors, diagnostic mistakes, and delayed treatments, with the size of claims also increasing as patients become more aware of their rights. To address this, insurers are offering tailored coverage plans that aligns with the specific risks of different medical practices, ensuring comprehensive protections. So the rapid revolution of medical terminology in India or medical technology in India has led to new risks such as telemedicine errors, AI-driven diagnostic mistakes. The professional indemnity insurance is adapting by expanding coverage to include these modern challenges. For example, policies are now being designed to cover errors arising from remote consultations, incorrect AI-generated diagnoses, and other tech-driven medical devices. The insurers are also incorporating flexible coverage options that can be updated as technology evolves, ensuring that doctors are protected against emerging risks in real time. Indian professional indemnity insurance practices are gradually aligning with global standards, but there are still differences. In countries like the UK and Australia, for example, professional indemnity insurance often includes comprehensive risk management services, such as regular legal consultations and risk assessments, which help doctors minimize the risk of claims. Adopting similar practices in India could enhance the value of insurance for doctors. Additionally, some international models include group policies that offer coverage for entire medical teams, which could be beneficial in the Indian context, especially for hospitals and clinics. So the professional indemnity insurance market for doctors in India is likely to see significant changes in coming years. One major trend is the integration of advanced analytics in AI to better assess risk and customize policies for individual doctors. This could lead to more personalized coverage and potentially lower premiums for low-risk practitioners. Another potential disruption is the increased use of blockchain technology to streamline claims processing, making it faster and more transparent. These changes will likely redefine the role of insurance from a reactive safety net to a proactive tool that helps doctors manage and mitigate risk throughout their careers. So this policy is meant for professionals to cover liability falling on them as a result of errors and omissions committed by them whilst rendering professional services. The policy offers a benefit of retroactive period or continuous renewal of policy whereby claims reported and subsequent renewal, but pertaining to an earlier period after first inception of the policy also becomes payable. Group policies can also be issued covering members of one profession. Group discount and premium is available depending upon the number of members covered. Basically, this policy covers all sums which the insured professionals becomes legally liable to pay as damages to third party in respect of any error or omission on his or her part committed whilst rendering professional service. Legal costs and expenses incurred in defense of the case with the prior consent of the insurance company are also payable subject to the overall limit of indemnity selected. So only civil liability claims are covered. Any liability arising out of the criminal act or act committed in violation of any law or ordinance is not covered. Question is, who can take this policy? The policy is meant for professionals. Doctors and medical practitioners, which covers registered medical practitioners like physicians, surgeons, cardiologists, pathologists, etc. Medical establishments, which covers legal liability falling on the medical establishments such as hospitals and nursing homes as a result of error and omission committed by any named professional or qualified assistants engaged by the medical establishment. Then other professionals like engineers, architects and interior decorators, lawyers, advocates, solicitors and counsels, chartered accountants, financial accountants, management consultants. Question is how to select the sum insured of the policy. Because in professional indemnity policy, the sum insured is referred to as the limit of indemnity. This limit is fixed per accident and per policy, which is called any one accident, that is AOA limit, and any 1 year, that is AOY limit, respectively. So the ratio of AOA limit to AOY limit can be chosen from the following, that is 1 is equal to 1, 1 is equal to 2, 1 is equal to 3 and 1 is equal to 4. The AOA limit, which is the maximum amount payable for each accident, should be fixed taking into account the nature of activity of the insured and the maximum number of people who would be affected and maximum property damage that could occur in the worst possible accident. So in the case of professional indemnity policy issued to engineers, architects, interior decorators, lawyers, advocates, solicitors, counsels, chartered accountants, financial accountants and management consultants, the any one accident limit is restricted to 25% of any 1 year limit. The term liability means responsibility and legal liability means responsibility which can be enforced by law. Legal liability may be classified into criminal liability and civil liability. Only civil liability claims are payable. Civil liability claims will arise if there is prima facie evidence of negligence by the insured resulting in injury or death to any third party or resulting damage to property belonging to a person other than insured. The negligence will be proved only when following conditions are satisfied. Existence of duty of care, breach of this duty, injury suffered by a person or property damaged as a result of that breach. So in case of any event likely to give rise to a liability claim, insurance company should be informed immediately. In case any legal notice or summons is received, it should be sent to the insurance company. The company has the option of arranging the defense of the case. The event giving rise to the claim should have occurred during the period of insurance or retroactive period, and the claim first made in writing against the insured during the policy period. The maximum amount payable including defense cost will be the AOA and limit selected. The any 1 year limit will get reduced by the amount of claim or indemnity period for any one accidents. Any number of such claims made during the policy period will be covered subject to the total indemnity not exceeding the any 1 year limit. So the policy will not pay for claims arising out of the contractual liability, intentional non-compliance of any statutory provision, loss of goodwill, slander, fines, penalties, libel, false arrest, defamation, mental injury, etc. So professional indemnity insurance is required for professional consultants who charge a fee for their services. It protects the insured against claims or financial loss, injury or damage resulting from a breach or alleged breach of professional obligation in the course of doing business. So the goal is to safeguard the firm's position and assets in the case of a claim, allowing the company to continue operating. So here are the different type of professional indemnity insurance. Because human error is a normal occurrence, yet a client may sue a professional for an error that was beyond his control. Professional indemnity insurance comes in a variety of forms to protect you from such circumstances. Professional indemnity insurance comes in a variety of forms including malpractice insurance, that is physicians and licensed healthcare providers such as dentists and nurses are mostly covered. This is useful for experts whose mistakes can result in bodily injury and other problems. Then errors and omissions insurance. This is primarily for professionals in the business world, such as attorney and architects. It protects you from the financial consequences of negligence, errors or omissions. It also pays the expenses of defense. Then civil liability cover. All risks covered by the standard insurance policy are covered by the civil indemnity. So in today's high-risk environment, the relevance of professional indemnity insurance policies is rapidly growing for organizations. It serves as an important tool to navigate civil liability and mitigate the potential for large expenses that may allow due to various risks. The professional indemnity insurance safeguards professionals and businesses from financial liabilities arising from errors or omissions in their services. It covers legal cost and settlement if a client alleges that the professional's work caused harm to their finances. Professional indemnity insurance is essential for professionals and businesses offering advice, designs or professional services to clients, as it provides protection against allegations of mistakes or negligence in work undertaken for a client. So businesses that provide professional services or advice such as hospitals, IT companies, manufacturing companies, e-commerce businesses, banks, engineers, property managers, real estate agents, IT, tech consultants, website developers, doctors, surgeons, accountants, architects, and designers, marketing experts, teachers, physical sport instructors, and many others can opt for professional indemnity insurance to protect themselves against claims of negligence, errors, or omissions in their services. It's important to ensure that the policy's coverage limit are high, enough to protect you from the potential liabilities. Different professionals require different types of coverage. For example, architects and engineers may require more coverage than a graphic designer or a writer. Consider the pricing of the policy and compare quotes from multiple providers to find the best deal on premium costs. Then assess your needs. Assess your company's specific needs for indemnity insurance. This may involve looking at the risks associated with your industry or reviewing past legal claims against your businesses. So compare quotes from multiple insurance providers to find the best deal on premium costs. And also consider the reputation of insurance provider as well. Look for providers with a good reputation for paying out claims promptly and efficiently. Understand the limits and exclusions of the professional indemnity. Because get clarity on the claim process. Look for providers with a simple claim process and ensure that you have all the necessary documentation to support your claim. Then read the policy terms and conditions carefully to ensure that you understand what is covered and what is not. Protection against financial losses resulting from the intentional or unintentional disclosures of confidential information which can harm a company financially. So infringement of intellectual property coverage for legal costs associated with defending against claim of intellectual property infringement or copyright theft. Then impaired or unauthorized access, because damages arising from unauthorized access to sensitive information with coverage for resulting losses. Then the coverage for civil fines for penalties imposed on the insured due to negligence, protection against claims or for defamation or damaging statements that harm an individual's reputation, coverage for damage resulting from delays in providing services to clients or breaches of duty, including situations involving employees' misconduct, coverage for disputes arising from disagreements over professional fees charged by the insured. So situations or incidents known or reasonably foreseeable to the insured at the start of the policy should be covered. Previously reported situations or incidents under any other insurance before the policy's inception, because the previously reported situations or incidents are covered retroactively under the policy. Policy provides that coverage. So a typical sort of professional liability insurance is medical malpractice insurance. Medical professionals labor under the fear of being sued for claimed medical malpractices, which is defined as a medical provider's act or omission in which they deliver treatment The typical professional liability insurance will indemnify the insured against loss resulting from any claim or claim made during the policy period as a result of any covered error, omission, or negligent act. So while most medical malpractice cases in the country are considered civil torts, medical malpractice insurance can help providers cover the cost of such litigation. Professional indemnity insurance is required for professional consultants who charge a fee for their services. It protects the insured against claims for financial loss, injury, or damage resulting from a breach or alleged breach of professional obligations in the course of doing business. Its goal is to safeguard the firm's position and assets in the case of a claim, allowing the company to continue operating. Thank you very much.